We're going to address keto and low carb dieting, more specifically. Um, if you're looking to switch your diet up, you got to eliminate your sugars, right? Or really moderate your portion. Calories in, calories out. Up your cardiovascular workouts, lift more weights, be more active, live a low carb lifestyle, or practice keto and intermittent fasting. I've talked about this stuff in previous videos. You have to do one of those things. Otherwise, you're not going to lose weight. You're going to continue to gain. Even portion control can work. You just have to really get disciplined and have the willpower. And the more time you spend doing it, the easier it gets. Like, I'm to the point where I'll have a cheat day and I'm right back on low carb right away. So it doesn't faze me. Hey, stop. Animals are going at it. Go back and forth. There's no way around it. You have to do one of these things. If cutting out sugar is too hard for you, portion control, do fasting. Fasting gets easier over time. I'll discuss fasting more. There's a billion videos out there on it, and there's a billion videos on keto, but this is just coming from someone who actively practices it. I've been on low carb for over 2 years, and I just won't get off of it because now I'm a bit more clean. I don't just eat bacon and burger and fast food burgers and stuff like that, because people do that and lose weight and they think they're on diet when they're just killing their heart. But my cholesterol levels are great and I don't see them going up because I'm pretty clean with it. I'm lazy keto, but I'm also clean with it. Like a lot of greens, your broccoli and stuff. But cutting out sugar is very hard. I mean, you're addicted to it, you know what I mean? And it's basically a toxin. Look it up. It's really bad for your heart. And people that are like, oh, well, low carb, eating this meat is bad for your heart, cholesterol. Well, the sugar they're intaking every day is just as harmful. Do your own research on it. People are a bit hypocritical. Like a lot of people I've encountered will be so concerned about my cholesterol when it's actually fine. I'm not saying everyone's will be. You got to monitor that stuff. But yet they're intaking tons of sugar. Like the average household in the early 1900s, it was like, you have to look up these statistics. It was super small amount of carbs per family household and sugar intake. Now it's like 30x that, 100 years later. I think it was 20 grams of carbs per household. I don't even know if it was weekly or daily. I'd have to look this stuff up. And now it's people consume several hundred a day between sodas and fast food and bread and sugars. That's why there's such a fat epidemic. You know what I mean? That's what's causing it. There's sugar in everything. And when you start reading your nutrition labels and you start educating yourself on what you can and cannot eat, you realize how much sugar is in everything. You have to read this stuff. A lot of people don't even read nutrition labels. They don't even realize there's servings in this stuff. There's only 4 grams of carbs, but there's 50 servings. There's 200 grams of carbs in a whole container, and people can go through a plethora of food quantities because they're hoggish. Sorry, so yeah, you have to do one of these things, and you have to implement the tools and stick to it and make it your lifestyle, and just be so educated and disciplined that you just don't break from it. I'll see people, they just serve cupcakes at my job, really nice cupcakes. I gave mine away and people were eating them around me. It just doesn't faze me. It's not like, oh my God, I need one. Sugar cravings, eventually your palate will change off of sugar. I'll drink spring water protein shakes now and they taste great to me. For the average person, they'd probably throw up. any type of Atkins snack tastes okay to me. It's not like a sugary freaking dessert. Like when I have a cheat day and I eat that stuff, it is like overwhelming. The sugar's like next level to me. It makes my cheat days that much better, honestly. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But your palate changes. Now I still crave carbs, you know what I mean? That's there, but you learn to just get through it. You start to understand the science behind it. Like when you're hungry and fasting, you're burning fat. Now, if you're already skinny, I don't understand why you would be fasting, but that can cause health issues. You have to have fat on your body for fasting to really effectively, because you're eating your fat storage. You know, your fat is a storage for your body to consume to survive. That's all it is, and that's why people are so fat, because they're just overeating, and their surplus storage is just so overwhelmed, right? But anyways, those are the things you can implement. Um, there's a lot. There's a lot of educating you need to do. You know, look up. Like I haven't memorized. Like I can eat a lot of almonds. You know, anything with high dietary fiber, it counteracts your carb count, because dietary fiber carbs don't process the same. Some people count their alcohol sugars, which are in certain foods. I don't go that far. I don't even look at that. I don't subtract that. Some people will like something will have 30 grams of carbs and they'll subtract the dietary fiber and then the sugar alcohol levels, and they'll have 1 gram of net carbs. I don't do that. Dietary fiber is what I believe, and I feel like your body processes that as a non-carb. So that's why I do that. You can do what you want with that. I feel like people that are eating low carb nacho chips and low carb breading. Now there is low carb bread that has high dietary fiber, but some of these breads, they're just marketed as keto and they're bull crap. You know, like keto ice cream. People are like, oh, there's only 3 grams of carbs, but there's 50 servings. You can have like 5 bites as like a treat, and that's your keto intake. But people eat the whole pint and think they're good when they're way over their carb count. Like you got to be really strict with this stuff and be smart with your diet. I'm trying to think what else to talk about here. It's just eliminate the sugars and breads, and you will see results with it. Like pretty drastic. Your body will change. It's just that simple, and people just can't get off the sugars. And I'm telling you right now, it's worth it getting off of it. It's a simple reward that you feel like crap after you eat it. Not much else to say about it. And there are plenty of snacks that are like keto, Atkins, Weight Watchers. You got to really watch them. And they're enjoyable. You can definitely tell they're not sugar riddled. To the average person, they would taste like crap. And my biggest issue used to be Powerades and Gatorades. I used to drink them non-zero. And I'd have like 1 or 2 a day. And they're marketed as like healthy electrolytes and all that. Now, for someone who's working out all the time, they're not going to kill them. But they're loaded with sugars. Like they're right below a soda. You know, I used to love drinking them. I switched to zero sugar, zero, like really low carb, no calories, and they taste great to me now. Your palate has to change. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, that tastes disgusting. Oh, that tastes disgusting. All they drink is sugary filled sodas all day. I watched a guy during the summertime chug Mountain Dew bottles while I was working, and he was drenched in sweat. It's disgusting to watch that. Your body needs hydration. Can't dehydrate like that. And he was very overweight, and like just a lot of people I know chug sodas. Not only is it expensive when you can buy a bottle of spring water for 80 cents, probably like $1.10 now. That'll last you 2-3 days compared to like your $5, $10 you're spending on soda, drinking all day. And I live by spring water. I'm not going to argue with tap water, but I don't drink it. My palate, I can taste difference. I can taste the differences in water. Some people make fun of that, but it's true. If you know, you know. I have a specific brand I buy, and I stick to it. It's been great. was 80 some cent. I think, with inflation and everything, it's like over $1, but I don't care. I can stock up for $10 for like 2-3 weeks. You know what I mean? Drink over half a gallon a day. I fill up a big jug and I try to drink that at work throughout the whole day. And then I'll have a 0 Powerade or Gatorade at work. And there it is. There's my treat. And then a BCA mix I highly recommend. Some people are against. There's certain things like sucralose people avoid. I haven't had an issue with it. Sucralose is in my BCAs and protein mix. Some people are against whey protein on keto. I ingest whey protein on my lift days and I drink BCAs like in the evenings when I lift. The BCA mixes you can get online, they taste amazing to me. Once your palate changes, you'll adjust to it. They taste great. So that's like a treat at night. I'll have a BCA mix and that's like a good taste. And it doesn't taste sugary, but it's sweet, Some people need that carbonation. I don't really care about it as much. I'll have a diet soda once in a blue moon. Not recommended to drink diet soda. But the carbonation some people need. There's carbonated waters. There's different variants you can look up. I haven't really messed with it much because I'll have like one soda here and there. Gives me my fix when I'm out to dinner or on like a cheat day. I'll still drink diet on my cheat. Because just a regular soda is it's too much sugar for me now since I've been off of sugar so much. Like it's disgusting how much sugar is. Yeah, that's really it. Like you gotta do one of those things. Count your macros, calories in, calories out, portion control, implement fasting, go low carb, cut out sugars and bread. It's really that simple, but it's like the hardest thing. Yeah, there's my take.